K1037 aims to bring Kahnawake an informative, community-oriented, and diverse talk show. To ensure a wide range of opinions, K1037 reserves the right to screen calls. Guests' opinions are not necessarily those of the radio station or its management. Now, Dede Watarlan. All of us are talking on the Party Line Talk Show on K1037.
You are listening to K1037, Dede Watarla. I am your host, Gawineta Mayo Stand-Up. And we have in our studio today, Roiahtate Horn. And on the telephone, we have with us Rachel Leborgne. And they will be speaking to us today regarding Coffee with a Counselor. And it's learning more about the vocational programs that are available through Development. And the date that they have is going to be on March the 28th. Roiahtate, would you like to talk more about it, please?
Sure. So since the pandemic has hit, we're always an organization that likes to get out to the community and see the community members. But since the pandemic has hit us hard, we haven't been able to get out in the community as much as we like to. So this next Monday will be our first event out in the community in the last 2 years. So we're looking forward to it. It's just an opportunity to see community members, have a chance for people to ask us questions, and really it's just kind of a low-key, just come ask us a question, we're going to be giving out drink vouchers. So if you ask us a question, you get a free drink at Dudama's Cafe. And we're also doing a raffle for Shop Kahnawake. We have merchandise as well. So it's really just that's what we're here to promote, and just talk a little bit about our services as well.
Well, that sounds really interesting. And on the phone, we have Rachel. Rachel, would you like to tell us your involvement with this?
Sure, no problem. So I'm the client support clerk at Development. So what I do is I assist the counselors in whatever they need with the clients as well, and I'm also the first point of contact. So whenever people are looking to go back to school or do a program, get job seeker advice, any kind of information like that, they would first fill out a client registration form, which would come to me, and then from there I distribute it. So I'm kind of that first point of contact. So for Coffee with a Counselor, I'm kind of there, just as support to the counselors. They really know their programs, but it's a great initiative for myself to get out there as well and interact with people of the community and just tell them also what we have to offer. Learn about the vocational programs, work programs, career advice, and like Roiahtate said, and it's a great chance to even just get a free coffee or drink on us, learn a little bit more.
Sounds great. Roiahtate, when people are interested, like anybody, like someone who has been out of school or someone maybe perhaps a single mother, and they want to go back and do something in the future, your place would be the best place to contact, like through Rachel or through yourself, or to go and have a cup of coffee with you next week in regards to trying to open up the door of all the opportunities that are available to them, right?
Yeah, so we work closely with all the other organizations in the community. So if somebody's coming to us to get back into school or into the workforce, if we're not the right organization to help them out, we will be able to refer. So for example, if they wanted to come to us, if they had a question about CEGEP or university, I would probably refer them to the Kahnawake Education Center, but they could at least come ask us a question as well, and we'll still be able to refer. But if you wanted to go into vocational programming, so any of the trades, hairdressing, welding, ironwork, whatever it may be, we're the organization to come do that. So come over on next Monday, ask us some questions, and we're looking forward to seeing the community. We miss the community a lot, being able to see people. We're always out at events, and we're just looking forward to getting back out there. We tried to do this earlier in the year, but we had that little outbreak in Omicron, so we had to postpone it, but we're super excited to get back out and see the community again.
And I guess within the past 2 years with the pandemic, it has been very difficult for most people, including your office, and with the office being closed to the public, it's been very difficult. And I do know that a lot of people are not very keen on going online to search for the web, search for information. So when you have people that can't do that, how do you reach them?
So a lot of our stuff was online, but we have a lot of access to great mediums, whether it be print or radio. We have to put a lot of kudos out to our local media outlets for supporting us through the pandemic and making sure that we're getting information out to the community, because that is the case. A lot of our stuff is virtual, but we were very open to having clients, trying to service clients as best as possible throughout the pandemic. A lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, just trying to adapt as best as we can to meet and reach as many clients as we can.
Well, I guess the last 2 years has been an eye-opener for many people, including myself, by going on Zoom, and I had a difficult time in the beginning. It's like, oh my God, it just killed me to do it, but I did it. And then learning to do other things regarding Zoom and having meetings and whatnot. And I guess, Rachel, you're in the same position as well, right? By reaching out to the people or them reaching out to you?
Yeah, exactly. Everything is online right now. I'm new to the position. It's my first year in there, so I've only been online and working from home. So normally it's completely different. It's a lot of outreach in person and handling things in person. People can come directly to the office, and before they used to be able to fill out a registration form right there. So it was a lot better. It was a lot nicer before. You were able to, interact with clients face-to-face. I think it really makes the difference, being able to interact in person. You give them a little bit more information instead of just, kind of feels like just cold calling. You're calling people all day, and some people don't like to answer their phone to maybe an unknown number. So it's harder that way, and people don't really check up with their emails. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing people in person and getting people back in the office as well.
Well, it's a long time coming, and it has to happen now.
Yeah.
But I do know with the amount of work that you both are doing, that it's definitely a plus for our community and for people that are trying to look at different careers perhaps, or just expanding themselves or going back to school. So Roiahtate, is there any programs available within Development or like training in regards to IT, or someone just starting out and wanting that as their future?
Yeah, we work very closely with Nova Career Center. They've been awesome in providing classes on Microsoft Word, all of the processing programs. Whatever. If we have an interest, if the community comes to us asking for certain programs, we'll do the best that we can to accommodate. Especially with everything going virtually, we were very open to having some programming aimed at helping people who maybe have never worked with computers to get them, up to speed with the new way of doing things. So whatever the community is kind of looking for, they could send us an email, or they can give us a call, 450-638-4280, ask to speak to one of the counselors or Rachel. And, we're always open to working with the community and being very accommodating to what the needs of the community are.
Are there other counselors besides Rachel and yourself?
Yeah, so I'm the Counseling Services Manager, so I oversee our team. So we also have Bradley Cross, who's a counselor at Development, who helps out with vocational programming, funding, and information for our clients. We also have Emily Rice, who is the Youth Engagement and Workforce Development Counseling. So she works mostly with the younger clientele, trying to, provide programming for our youth in Kahnawake to catch them earlier, to get them involved in something, whether it be trades or going into CEGEP. We want to make sure that we have pathways ready for everybody.
I think that's just awesome. And do you participate, or Rachel, or in the future, like to develop and plan a job fair?
Yeah,
with all the opportunities that are available within a job fair.
Yeah, we always try to do a big event for the community every 1 to 2 years. Since the pandemic, we haven't had the opportunity, but we have some stuff on the horizon coming up that we're hoping that will get the community involved. And I don't want to give too much away because we're still in the planning phases, but yeah, look forward to something coming up in the summer.
Well, I think it's a really great thing, because in the past, when they've had the outdoor events as well, that they were doing the parking lot, there was a lot of interest. It wasn't just because you went to get a free hot dog or a hamburger. There was more to it than that. and explaining what the services are and where to go, and like a team.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important to continue that, because so many young people that are actually saying that they can't find a job. But in order to find a job, you need to find something to back up on as an education or a program geared specifically to your needs.
Yeah, and that's what we want to do. We want to be as approachable as possible, being out there in the community. That's why we were having this event, Coffee with a Counselor, on next Monday. So we want to make sure that we are open to the community coming to see us. And the good thing too, Rachel was touching on it, but our office is open now. So if you are like me, if you're over the Zoom meetings and the team meetings and you don't want to do it anymore, we are scheduling in-person meetings at our office. So you can set up appointments by calling Development Counselling, and you'll get in touch with your counselor. If you don't have a counselor already, you can fill out a registration form online. It's at dewa.ca, and there's a tab there for client registration forms. So you'll fill that out. It'll get sent right to Rachel, and it's like magic. She'll give you a call almost right away. So we're just looking forward to getting back out there.
Sounds really great. Yeah. Right now we'll be taking a short break, and when we return, we will continue our discussion with Roiahtate Horn and Rachel Leborgne regarding Coffee with a Counselor. You are listening to K103.7, Development. I'm your host, Gawinetta Peggy Mayo Stand-Up, and in the studio we have Roiahtate Horn, and on the phone we have Rachel Leborgne, and we will continue our discussion regarding Coffee with a Counselor and the vocational programs that are available.
Yeah, so we're just here next Monday. We're going to be at Duramaz from 10 o'clock in the morning to 3 p.m. We'll be going in shifts. Just we're still maintaining our, trying to limit our contacts and trying to keep things safe for everybody. So in the morning we'll have Emily and Bradley. They'll be on the booth, making sure that they're there to answer your questions, and then in the afternoon you'll get myself and Rachel. So we're just looking forward to getting back out into the community, getting to actually see people in person, not have a screen between us. So it's going to be fun. It's our first event back, and we're really looking forward to it.
And do you plan to have other events like at the Damaz regarding Coffee with a Counselor?
Yeah,
have it a continuing basis?
Yeah, so this is the first one, and we do have plans of maintaining it. I don't want to give a number on how many we're going to be doing, but we're looking to see how this one goes, and if everything goes well, I'm sure we'll be back. So we're just hoping that we can get as much participation from the community as possible. It's really easy. So you come in, we'll be set up right by the door, inside, even though the weather's kind of nice out there, but we'll be inside. So come by, ask us a question. You'll get a free drink voucher. If you ever had any questions about vocational programming, returning to school, work measures, summer employment, whatever it may be, we're going to be there to help answer your questions. You'll get a free drink out of it, and then you'll be entered into a draw to win Shop Ganawage gift certificate that you could use throughout the community. And we're also going to have a bunch of merchandise and freebies, giveaways, and stuff like that. So, just come by, say hi, and get some information.
Well, it sounds really great. What's coming up on Monday of next week? Just a question that I have, it could go to Rachel or to yourself. As a young parent in Ganawage, like as a young mother, single mother, and people perhaps that have children at home under the age, like not in school, and yet they want to do something to better themselves and to get a job and to support their family and everything. How would they go about doing this? Is there services available, perhaps like if they do get accepted into one of the vocational programs that you have that are available? But is there anything there to offer services for them, such as babysitting needs or else other services? Because right now with the price of everything, the price of gas, the price of everything for them to get to and from school.
Yeah, so a council will be able to look at the eligibility, but we do provide dependent care allowances, so that could be used towards babysitting fees and stuff like that. We unfortunately don't provide babysitting at our office, but a lot of vocational schools are looking to provide that service. You'd have to check with them. We could also do a preliminary check for the client. If they got into a program at a certain school, we can definitely check to see if they have babysitting services available. I know that sort of was a trend happening recently with CEGEP's universities and going into vocational centers where they were offering some childcare during the day, but we'd have to, ask us to see what if that school offers it. But for sure, we definitely provide dependent care services, allowances that you could use towards babysitting, etc. So we understand that a lot of our clients come from different backgrounds, have different needs, and we try to accommodate as best as possible.
And I think when someone is out there looking to try to do something for themselves, the parts that always hinder their opportunity to take the step is, well, what about my kids? What am I going to do with them? Who's going to take care of them? How will I get to school and the whole thing? Mm-hmm. And sometimes those are some of the roadblocks that stop them. And yet some people have so much interest. And it's like for your office and for myself being on that board as well, to give them that push for them to make that step, because it's every time you take a step, it's a leap of faith and you need to do it.
Yeah, and then the first step is filling out a registration form with us, and we're going to do the best that we can to advocate for our clients to help them become successful. And the good thing, Rachel can talk a little bit about it, but we follow our clients up to a year after they complete their program, just to make sure that if they're working, great. We still check in just to say hi, see how things are going. And then if they end up they're not working, we try to reel them back in to help them find either a new program or help them get employment, because a lot of times what happens is a client will finish their program and then, okay, you're off on your own, and we don't follow up. Well, not us, we follow up, but other orgs might not follow up. And then what happens is they fall through the cracks. So we try to make sure that that doesn't happen. Rachel's our professional phone caller, so she calls all of our clients and makes sure that they're doing okay.
Rachel, you want to continue on that?
Yes, definitely. So pretty much from the first point of contact, from filling out a registration form, I'm reaching out to you to confirm, what is it you want to do, so I can match them with a counselor. And then from there, as soon as they are in a type of, say, vocational program and they're receiving allowances, we're checking on their attendances. Well, I'm checking on their attendances to make sure, they're in classes, going to school. And then, if I see they're maybe missing a couple days here and there, I'll reach out just to check in, see if everything's okay. Like, we're really there every step of the way to make sure, we really want to see them succeed. So we're making sure, they're in school, and when they finish, we're making sure, they're getting a job or looking for a job, or if they need help with that. Like Roiahtate said, we kind of reel them back in, and then they're working with their counselor for job search, and we really just want the best for our clients. So we're with them every step of the way, and like you said, we follow up for up to a year after they're even done their program, just to see where they're at and make sure they're successful. That's
really great. Roiahtate, talk a little bit more about the event coming up on Monday, because we're coming to the end of the show.
Yep, so it's next Monday at Dudamaz Cafe from 10 o'clock in the morning to 3 p.m. So we're going to have our counselors available in shifts throughout that time period. Come by, ask a question, get a free drink voucher, get entered into a chance to win Shopgun Owage. We have freebies, we have merchandise. Just come out, say hi. It's been 2 years since we got to do this, so we're really looking forward to seeing the community next Monday.
And also Rachel will be present as well.
Yep, Rachel.
So Rachel will be there to explain, I guess, all what a person has to do, right? Rachel?
Yes, exactly. I'll be there. And something else I just wanted to add to the community is there is no age limit on this. You're never too old to start something new or try something new to see if you like it. So there really is no age limit on, who can come and get help, or even just, if you have questions. So really it's open for everyone in the community. If you want to come by, have a coffee, get some information. Maybe you've been thinking about it, but you haven't taken that step. So you can just come on by, to be really relaxed. We're all very cool people. So come out, get a free drink, ask questions. We're here to help.
Okay, so once again, I guess at this point, we're coming to the end of the show. So I'm very, very happy that you came, and with Rachel being on the phone to explain what your services are. And next Monday, on March the 28th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., go to Dudamaz, and you'll be able to learn more about the vocational programs that are available. So once again, Roiahtate Horn, Nyawat Goa for coming in, and for Rachel, Nyawat Goa.
Yeah, Nyawa, looking forward to seeing everybody.
Yes.
Thank you, Peggy.
So you are listening to K103.7, the Watarda, and when we come back, we will be speaking to someone coming in regarding tourism. So I'm your host, Gawineta Peggy Mayo Stand-Up.
Skana se wagwego. Hey, aska damanyaw dana asa FM Ganawage sa wadahumsade. Welcome. This is Ganawage's K103.7.